What is good, guys? It is Reed and welcome back to another video. Today we got Give Me a Breakdown episode 5. I just got finished editing this video, shooting the intro real quick, got the merch, go check it out, rfsleights.com. This is going to be a really great one. I'll keep the intro real quick. You're going to see me in a different environment. This is more of a party setting with some strangers, some people I know, so you get that dynamic versus the street magic. You're going to get to see me do some very simple effects that just use a double lift and see how powerful you can make those using false memories and other various techniques. You're also going to see an original effect of mine I call cerebral sandwich, which I haven't taught yet. If you're interested, let me know, but it's a great effect and you can kind of see how to employ some psychology into your card magic to really take it to the next level, and you can see a use of my auto index principle in action. So it's a really great video, jam-packed with some awesome stuff, and I hope you guys enjoy. Actually, these are some people that I went to high school with and then some randoms that I don't know, and so it's an interesting dynamic, and I do love performing for people that I know and strangers as well. You can have a bit more of a personal dynamic that way. Yeah, hopefully I can give you some cool insight into some of the effects here. I know what? Yeah, it's up to Spades. Not the 4 of hearts. I don't give a fuck, man. They make some your brother's hand. But literally, yo.
What? That makes no sense.
I saw the list but like, it's pretty.
This is a great place to start. Super simple effect, and if you guys watched my recent Dear Magicians video where I talked about magician brain and simple effects like this on a layman, what happened here is the effect appears like she just named a card. I had another card and I put it on the table and it changed. Now what actually happened, she named that card and I just told to her, I said, name a card, right? And she said the 9 of spades, and I openly went through the deck, called the 9 of spades to the top to set up for this effect. I did that right in front of her, and during that moment I didn't even justify it. She might have, who knows what they thought. They probably assumed I was looking for the 9 of spades, right? But now when I turn the deck over and I say, you know what, let's just take a random card, and I flip over and I think it's the 2 of hearts. That's a double, it's the second card. And then I said, what card did you name? And I am acting now like I don't remember, and that's a little subtlety that will make her feel like I didn't do anything initially. Then she says 9 of spades, and I'm like, 9 of what? And she says 9 of spades, right? And another little subtlety, and I flip it over and set the card down in that motion. Now to us, that's a super simple thing, but you see the reactions it gets. People are so confused, and the greatest thing is, you see the false memory that I was able to instill with only a couple of little subtleties, and just me reiterating that she named any card, and you hear her tell this guy, when he asks what happened, he said, I think, was that your card? She says, no, I just named a random card, which makes the effect obviously much more impressive. And all it was a simple double, just a super quick thing. This was actually in the middle of the performance at some point. I just chose to put it at the beginning of this video, and I just did that sort of on the off beat after another effect, right? So you can see how incredible little effects like this can be, and some of those little subtleties you can use. We should actually listen again to exactly what I say. But some of these little subtleties I can use to create that false memory of her naming the card in that instance rather than her actually having named it before. And I did cut out the part where she named it before for the video's sake, right? So when people watch it back, it makes it seem the method holds up on video. But yeah, let's take a look. I know what? Yeah, it's up to Spades. Not the 4 of hearts. I don't give a fuck, man. They make some your brother's hand.
But literally, yo.
What? That makes no sense.
I saw the list but like, it's pretty.
No
such thing as it looks normal.
All right. And you can hear the first thing she says is do it again, and you see me, I just ignore it, and we're going right into the next trick, right? That's one way you can handle the do it again thing, just move into another trick. But ultimately you can see there how I just said, what was the card you named? She said 9 of spades. I said, not the 4 of hearts? She said, no. Well, and I said, what? And she said the 9 of spades, and then later she gets that effect.
2 of hearts.
What the fuck?
2 of hearts.
2 of hearts? First we gotta find it. So I'll tell you how we do this. First we find, forgot about this part. So, I guess I lied to you guys. I do actually do this effect again. I thought I forgot about this. But this is actually very interesting. I do the effect again, and I do it right out in the open. I'm actually going to show you. I actually do a little bit of a tutorial as a joke for the camera. She names 2 of hearts, and you're gonna see me. Well, let's watch it. Well, actually, we'll talk about it after. 2 of hearts. She's forgotten. She's not even looking. Okay. She doesn't know that I found it.
She's drunk, don't worry about her.
Alright, so now I take a different card, like the Queen of Spades, set it down, wave my hand. You see it switch?
What the fuck? I allowed you to do that.
So you can see, even that, with me going through the deck saying, look, here's the 2 of hearts, she's already forgot about it. She doesn't remember that I've just seen it. The cull makes it feel like that card's still in the middle, right? So it's a little bit of a dual reality, whereas I'm completely exposing it, and then I'm showing exactly what I do to the camera, to you guys. And I just put it right on top, and I did another, you missed the double lift, it's off camera, but I do another double lift, and I say, look, I take the Queen of Spades, I put it down. And that's 2 extremely simple, very accessible sleights, and you can hear this girl, the other girl screamed over that, right? A full out scream. That's an effect that I felt good with repeating, right? It was easy, and I'm just having fun. You can see, I'm just jazzing, having fun. I show the camera, do a little tutorial, right? Like, just fun, but you can see, you know, sometimes these moments and these simple effects can create real miracles. I apologize about the audio on this video. There was a lot of people talking at this party, so hard to get good audio, but I did what I could in post to make it listenable. So now I believe we're gonna hop into an effect of mine, an original I call Cerebral Sandwich. I have not taught this yet. It is a wonderful sandwich effect, one of my favorites, because the spectator shuffles and they actually do some of the magic themselves, and the sandwich card is taken away from the deck before they ever name the card out loud. It is a truly thought of card. Absolutely incredible effect. So let's take a look. You put one of those in wherever you want.
Do I have to, like, what side?
Face up. Put it face up, yeah. Bailey, you too? Right on top. Perfect. So I'm just gonna cut. So there is something that has never happened before. They're supposed to put both aces in 2 different spots in the deck. She put it on top. Now this is something where maybe younger, more inexperienced magicians might be a little bit flustered in this moment, right? Say, you know, you might get awkward, you might stumble because it's not what you're used to. Don't sweat these kind of moments. Something like that especially, it's so minor and it's not gonna ruin the effect. You see what I do. I don't say anything, I just cut the deck right in front of them. That's normally not part of the effect. I normally instantly hand it out for a shuffle, but it's fine, right? It's fine, that's the way it works. And you don't stress about these things. This is not something I had planned for before, and obviously it's not the hardest thing, the hardest situation to get out of, but nonetheless, you can see how it's handled. Quick cut, simple, and we move on with the effect. I don't draw attention to it. I don't try to make some crazy excuse. We just move on. Middle. Okay, so now if we look through, we got, let's see, we got one right there, and we got a second one about roughly there. Now who can shuffle decent? Anyone? Okay, so give them a few shuffles. While we do that, while we do that, Daisy, just think of a card. Not one of the aces though.
I have one.
Don't forget it. I like the skepticism. It keeps me honest. Alright, so let's take a look where these guys are. There's the first one. Hold on, I must have missed it. That's interesting. That's probably why I missed it. They were next together, but that's weird. So that is one of my favorite moments of this trick. It's simple in terms of the effect. It's not like the most shocking thing, but that moment when I spread the deck like this and there happens to be one card in between the aces, just the fact that she supposedly shuffled the aces into that position with only one card between them is incredible in itself. Now obviously there is a method there, and I'm not going to jump into that, and this is kind of a jazz type effect for this part. There's many different things that you do to try to get this to hit sort of perfectly and actually happen. And then there are safety nets, one of which I employed here, in case something does go wrong, and there's ways that I can track and know if it's went wrong or went right. In this case, this is sort of I guess the worst outcome, and you can still see how great it really looks. And it truly, to them, feels like she just shuffled one card in between those aces, which immediately gets them intrigued, right? And the beautiful thing is, I've already had the other girl think of a card, so everyone kind of knows where this effect is going. And what that does is gives you, in their mind, no room to cheat them, because they know that card's going to be the card she thinks of. So now they're watching it like a hawk, which is totally fine for the method.
Think about this. Okay, that's weird, but you shuffled one card in between the aces, okay?
Important thing here, in a trick like this, and because of the method, and this can apply to a ton of tricks, if you don't want someone to touch something prematurely, and people will do it, I've had someone actually prematurely touch that card in this effect once before, and I learned from that. Just pull those close to you, right? If I put them right at the end of the table, right near to me, you know, and I now have control. No one's gonna go near them, and if someone tries, I can, you know, block them or whatever.
No, I mean that's luck in itself, but all right, let's try this. Daisy, you're thinking of a card, right? What card are you thinking of?
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Queen of Spades.
The Queen of Spades.
That's an interesting thing that I find a lot. People always say, do I say it? Almost always, when they have a thought of card. And it's something that I've been thinking about. Is there a better way to phrase that so that you don't always get them saying, do I have to? Right? I feel like, and maybe this is a case of me overthinking, it's not a huge deal at all, but I like it better when they don't ask that question, because it feels like in that moment they've become skeptical, and it kind of adds unnecessary attention to that moment. So I've been thinking about different ways to phrase that question to get people in a case like this where you've had them think of a card and typically sit on it for a while before saying it, and now later you want them to say it. What is a better way of asking that question so that they just say it without saying out loud, do I have to? Like, you know, these sort of things. And it also prevents the case when you have the heckler type say, no, I don't want to tell you, right? So if you have any ideas on that, let me know in the comments below, and I would love to hear them.
And Daisy, Bailey shuffled one card in between the aces. Let's take a look.
Super important. If you watch my body language and my approach here, I'm doing two things. One, I am connecting the dots for them, for the people who haven't figured out what's supposed to happen. I want them to know where this effect is going, because this particular effect is strengthened by them knowing that that card already is the one she's thinking of. So I say, I like kind of scratch my head, and you can tell by my demeanor, I'm sort of like, there's no way. And I make this feel like this wasn't supposed to happen, right? From the moment there's one card in between the aces, I want them to feel like this trick is freestyle. So I say, wait, there's one card between the aces and you named a card. There's no way, but let's take a look. It also kind of sets up for this justification here for me to now go through the deck using the auto index. Go check that out if you don't know what I'm talking about, and you know, doing what I need to do. It justifies this next part. The other thing I do is I act like it's already happened. I act, one, yes, like I'm connecting those dots, right? And the other thing I do is I act in disbelief. I act like I don't believe it either. That makes me feel like them and makes it feel like I am not doing anything and that it is happening to us. I act truly amazed and truly blown away that if this were to actually happen. And that's really important with this type of effect, I believe. So let's watch that quickly. You can see I kind of laugh a little bit, and I look puzzled, right? And that's what I'm going for. It's all acting, but...
Bailey shuffled one card in between the aces. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let me see the Queen of Spades. I don't see it there. I don't see it there. All right, we're almost halfway.
You know he has the crown.
And you can hear what he said. He said he's laughing because he knows he has us. That's what he said, or something along those lines. So that means my demeanor has effectively communicated to them that, one, this is amazing and wasn't necessarily planned for me, but that I know that it's already worked. And the beauty about them thinking that I know that it's already worked is that now they're not looking for a switch, because they think it's already happened, it's already worked, and now this effect has been taken into a psychological place rather than a sleight of hand place, right? Which is great, I think. And you can see me employing the auto index here, and how justified it feels. Look at everyone. Look where they're looking. They're captivated by the deck. They're captivated, and the way I'm doing, you know, the motions of the index, it feels extremely fair. They are completely captivated by this, and it's so justified. And with each spread, the anticipation builds, and it's just so beautiful. It's like building up to this crescendo, and I love the anticipation that it builds with each spread. And look at my buddy Scott here. What the hell is he munching on over there? Funny looking.
Don't see it here.
Oh my god!
Hold on, let's check one more time for the camera. Queen of Spades.
My bad.
And there you can go through super clean, show the whole deck, show that it's not there, which is a beautiful other thing about this effect. This effect is just so well thought out. I'll take some credit. But that now, again, instills the fact that this has already happened and there's no switch, right? I honestly believe, and I've done this effect so many times, and this is always the case, people start freaking out at this moment. I don't need to reveal that card. I'm telling you, I do not need to reveal this card. They already, this is so convincing, this phase here where I'm showing them every card, that they already believe that it's gone, that it's changed. There's no need for me to actually prove it because it's vanished. One, it now takes all the heat off you. They're not looking for any kind of funny business or switch. And it just, you know, adds so many beautiful layers to the effect and just builds all that anticipation.
Do you think?
I think
Think about that, Bailey. You shuffled one card in between the aces,
You didn't
and
touch it. No way! That's insane. That's crazy.
Spades.
How do you
Amazing.
do that? Like, I didn't even say it out loud. Like, I didn't even say it out loud.
Another false memory. She did say it out loud pretty early on, but she doesn't remember. And that's the beautiful thing about magic, and this effect in particular. Haven't decided if I'm going to teach this one on YouTube or maybe save it for a project, but if you guys would like to learn it, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do.
The double.
Who taught you?
you made that one up. That is mine. Yeah,
That's
an
yours?
original, by the way.
Oh, that's an OG. That's a really good one.
OG, I created that.
That's
No other
crazy.
magician in the world does this trick. Just
That is true. No other magician in the world does this trick. Just me. So I hope you guys enjoyed that performance breakdown. A really, really great one. I think there's so much value in some of the psychology and some of these subtleties and tips and different ways you can use these things to really enhance your card magic. And then just using some of these simple effects as fillers and in the offbeat and stuff. And you can see how you can take simple stuff and make them really, really effective. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you'd like to see more, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, stay tuned to the channel. Got a lot of great content coming, new tutorials, new performance breakdowns, new street magic, so much great stuff coming. And again, if you'd like to check out some private lessons, learn some of these things in a little bit more detail one-on-one, you can check those out at the link below. And as always, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.